Jon Alba here on Fight with none other than Josh Barnett, man. Bloodsport 9. This is one of the premier events during this week every single year. What type of preparation goes into putting on an event like this that's so different than anything else?
Well, I mean, when it comes to producing a show, that stuff kind of runs the gamut. And this show isn't really particularly difficult or fancy in that side of things. But when it comes to assembling the right wrestlers and providing the matchups, that's where the effort is really put. And I really consider what we do to be something special. Not just special this is a unique product that you're not going to find the hardest hitting action in WrestleMania week anywhere else but Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. But I want it to be special for the wrestlers. I want them to be able to say that they can be in this ring and be themselves completely, that they can find something in this ring that isn't available anywhere else.
Yeah, what do you think some of the wrestlers discover about themselves working in an environment like this?
I think at least one thing they realize is, really what their skill levels are, how tough that they might have to be, tougher than they've ever expected, and how through stripping away all the superfluous stuff around it, that in fact it is them that shines. It's none of the other stuff. It isn't about what your outfit is or your entrance music. It isn't these things. You are the center of attention. There is nothing else about it. You get in that ring, you have your opponent, that's it. And in fact, it doesn't become a lonely place, it becomes a freeing place.
I'd like to ask you about Kota Ibushi being on this show. Kota, a legitimate legend in pro wrestling, and seeing his career arc leading to a match like this, which I'm not sure a lot of people would have ever expected him to step in an arena like this. What does he bring to this show?
Well, I mean, we know what he brings. He brings a high-flying, hard-hitting, kicking action, and the experience of being in some of the best rings in the entire world, facing some of the best top talent that you can assemble in all of international professional wrestling. More than that, though, what it comes down to is that Ibushi saw what we create here and what Josh Barnett's Bloodsport is, and saw that as something special that would be the grand opportunity to make his rebirth, as he calls it, a resurrection of sorts, which is perfect for someone known as a phoenix. And I was really shocked, and I'm also very proud that he sees what we're developing here, and he understands what it is that sets us apart. It's not just about being a shoot-style promotion. It is different than that. It goes deep into the soul of what we do here, and it aligns with what Ibushi wants out of professional wrestling and what he wants out of how he is going to come right back to the world of pro wrestling.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport coming at 4 o'clock local time right here on Fight. Tim Thatcher, man. I mean, we're talking about one of the hardest hitters in the history of professional wrestling. How do you prep yourself for something like that?
Well, just like any other fight, just like any other match, because you have to always expect that whoever you're going to get in the ring with, they at least have one thing, and that is a belief that they can win. And in the case of Tim Thatcher and people that you're going to run into on Bloodsport, you know that not only do they believe they can win, they're some of the baddest that you can find anywhere. And I know Tim Thatcher very, very well. I've been his coach for many years. He also got to train some under Billy Robinson, much as myself. And I've watched Thatcher develop and been right alongside as part of that development. I wrestled him years back at Every Time I Die Tid the Season show. It was a good, hard match, and I was able to come out on top with a pinfall. This is Bloodsport. It's different. There are no pinfalls here, and there's no ropes. But Tim Thatcher is not the same guy he was then either. He's been off in Noah. He was in NXT. He has a wealth of development that he has been working on from his own perspective. I want to see what that Tim Thatcher is like, and what surprises he has in store for me and how much stronger he's become. But the one thing I know is for certain is that getting in the ring with Tim means you're going to take on one of the most hard-nosed, meanest, toughest guys out there.
And I guess to wrap, Bloodsport kind of encompasses everything that you love about mixed martial arts, professional wrestling, combat sports in general. Why is this weekend so fulfilling for you?
Because I get to come out here, set up my ring that is in the spirit of how I see pro wrestling, the raw, the pure aspect of professional wrestling, to put something on that I think would do honor to the people that brought me up in professional wrestling: Antonio Inoki, Billy Robinson, and Carl Gotch. I have to think that if I'm going to do something, it needs to be of a caliber where wherever they're at, whatever they're doing, that they're like, give me a little nod. That works.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 9 coming your way right here on Fite in just a little bit. Make sure you stick with us throughout the night on social media and on Fite as well. One hell of a show on its way. Josh, thank you so much for your time.